Hello everyone and welcome back to our blind Let's Play, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. My name is the FlightlessBird and this is your story gaming channel, and today, my friends, we are, I believe, one step away from the trial. I mean, because it looks like we've done everything else except break Pearls' final lock. And yeah, so we need to break that lock, and I think I know how to do it. As I said in the last part, we need to show the Crying Master talisman because she threw it away instead of burning it. Music didn't stop. That's not good. This shows the mistake you made. All the dots. I guess you know what I'm about to say, huh? I don't think it's me who made a mistake, Mr. Nick. It's you. That's not good. But the person who read these instructions must have been a child. That's why they misunderstood the meaning of that word. It's the only explanation for how such a simple mistake could have been made. Okay, Pearls, I'll go over it again. The person who read these instructions couldn't have an adult. That word. I need to reread this. 1 second. Be careful. Once night falls, should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is Dahlia. She is our... I don't know. The whole blank. Here is a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. I don't see a word here that sticks out to me. Once this is blank, burn the blank. Also, make sure you don't tell anyone about this letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades, and bring our vengeance to fruition. What is the word? Nightfall should be there. Hear the lights off bell. Okay. Channel a spirit. Everything there seems fine. Here's a picture of her. Use it when... I mean, she did all this, right? None of this seems suspicious. Burn the master's thing. Yes. And the thing wasn't burnt, so it's not that. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance. Wait, are you... Is that why? Wait a second. Is that why that's there? You're kidding me. Image is obscured by gravy. Ah. Gravely roast. She used the roast is gravy. Oh, that's funny. That legit is funny. Oh, that is too good. She used the roast is gravy. That's why it's like this. Oh, that's so good. It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it? What? Why would I have to do something like... Do you remember what was written in that letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast among others, right? How did you know that? Remember the conversation you had with Miss Dayonim on the night of the murder. Perhaps we can read some books together. Oh, really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading, though. Ha ha ha. Well then, would you like to practice reading with me? Miss Elise. So, for example, how do you read this? It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Oh, I didn't realize that. No, I don't remember that, but yeah. that was true. That happened. Sure, Miss Dayonim taught you how to read gravely and roast. But what she didn't teach you... Wait, she was asking Miss Dayonim about the letter. Oh my goodness. Is what they meant. Gravely sounded like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food. And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from the night's pot roast. Oh, the dots. To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea. Just a tiny bit. I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother had asked of me. Such a simple thing, and I couldn't even do it right. I feel so sorry for her, though. It's hard to be angry at pearls, you know? The night of the crime. After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple with a pot full of the leftover gravy. The gravy? I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the master crying like it said in the letter. I see, and then? Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area. The guest area? Yes, I thought I could wait there until the training was over. Why didn't you just go to the training hall? Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started, I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then, all the dots. Pearls? Did you fall asleep? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it. Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Aries too. It happens. I have a confession to make. I completely forgot you were here. And I kind of wish you hadn't said anything. Can you just, like, go over there and let us talk, please? Anyway, then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple? Yes. When I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but... Dusky Breach wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator, then I heated up the leftover gravy and let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried? It must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. She didn't fall asleep. No, she didn't fall asleep. She got possessed. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too. Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry. Lost powers. I was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring. So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit? No. I tried, but I couldn't do it. Wait, couldn't do it? Huh? I've never failed at channeling someone. This is my first time it's happened. I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it.
Don't let get you down, Pearl. It'll work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh, just like that.
So she never managed to channel a spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone? Yes, I don't know what to do. Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit? Such as she was already being channeled? Oh, the dots. Such as she was already being channeled? Do we have a situation here where Dahlia actually possessed Misty? And then after possessing Misty, Dahlia went and the fall from the bridge. The fall from the bridge. That was Dahlia possessing Misty. So basically, Dahlia killed herself, which in turn killed Misty. That's why she couldn't summon Dahlia. So Misty killed herself? But then how do you explain Iris removing the sword from Misty? If that wasn't Iris, that was Dahlia. But what if that was actually Iris? What if Iris was removing the sword? What if Iris and Dahlia were working together to make this happen? What if Pearls didn't kill anyone? What if Maya did kill anyone? What if she killed herself? I know that sounds crazy, but this game is crazy sometimes. I mean, we interrogated a parrot. Remember that? I suppose there's only one other possibility. It's not very likely, though. Could you please tell me what it is anyway? It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit. Exactly. But that kind of takes some wind out of my sails because I said in theory like 5 seconds before the game basically said it too. Man, I'm a little bit slow on the uptick. I felt so happy that I thought of that, and then I realized, nope, the game was about to tell you that in 2 seconds. Someone else? What do you mean? Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
Yep, it's like dating a girl, Nick. Can't see a hot chick, she's already taken.
Well, then that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. But who? Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne. But why would Misty channel her spirit? Why would Maya channel her spirit? How would they know about Dahlia Hawthorne? I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish. Her final wish? Wait, did she just die? Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully. This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it. Morgan's letter. My mother has gone to a place called a penitentiary. Yeah, I know. It's a prison, Pearls. I visit her every month. And last month she told me. The time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at the home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fake Clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now, listen carefully, and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden. Oh, my mother's always so nice to me. I love her very much.
Yeah, moms will do anything for the kids, right?
She said it was for the good of the Fake Clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya is part of the Fake Clan, so it had to be good for her, too. God, she has such a good heart. Oh, man, my... Pearls, you've been used. I hate to say it. Well, that's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick? I guess so, yeah. Oh, there was a picture with a letter, too. A picture? Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Well, usually a picture's enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time...
Pretty weird, huh?
Like Larry knows anything about this stuff. There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before. Interesting. So maybe that's how someone else channeled Dahlia?
Well, that sure is pretty strange.
Someone had opened it already? Court letter updated in the court record. Orders from Morgan Fay opened once before. Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out. You're very welcome. My mother is watching over us. So I'm sure Mystic Maya will be alright. Oh, the dots. Look at that innocent smile on her face. Yeah, I know. What am I supposed to say to her? Ha! Oh, hello, Godot.
You finally figured it out, have you, Trait? You finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is.
Godot.
The entrance to the sacred cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop.
I guess he's talking about Iris and the lockbreaking effort.
But it's other waste of time.
What do you say that?
Because Maya Fey isn't coming back.
What? You don't know what you're talking about. How could you say something like that?
It was your job to protect her, Trite. Just like it was your job to protect Maya Fey, or Mia Fey. Two sisters, caught up in the worst circumstances.
I realize that, but...
And you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them.
But I didn't know anything about what was going on.
Huh. What did I just say, Trite? Being oblivious is a heinous claim in itself.
Oh, they told me the dots.
Tomorrow, we'll settle everything in court tomorrow, once and for all.
Bring it on, buddy. I'm ready for you.
Mr. Nick, is what that man just said true?
It'll be alright, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
I'm gonna do my best, Pearls. I'm gonna do my best. Wow, I'm so glad I stopped there.
My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child, my Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the Maid family is no more. No! Finally, after all this time, the master seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time.
Whew. Yeah, I'm so glad we stopped there. That was still another, what, 16, 17 minutes? Oh boy, to be continued. Yes, I wish to save. New save file. Time for the trial. 4-1. Let's do it, my friends. Whew. February 10th, 9:39 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1.
Hi, good morning. Oh, are you by yourself?
Morning, Pearls.
Mr. Nick, please tell me what's going to happen to Mr. Maya?
I'm sorry. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple.
Oh, I see. So is Sister Iris still trying to remove those strict locks in the training hall?
No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be here in court.
Then, how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby?
I had to admit, it's kind of strange. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Who is this? Oh, hello. Edgeworth, my bad. I gave you a much too feminine voice there. What's Iris doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony? You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. Isn't that like really dangerous? Wait, what? The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession. Or so I heard. Franziska von Karma, what are you up to? I know what you're thinking, but Franziska isn't going to be the prosecutor today. Godo. Wait, what? Then who is? Who else would it be but Godo? Godo? Franziska is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern.
The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that cheese?
Exactly. She has been out there all night, trying to remove those trick locks. Hey, how about that? Franziska has a huge heart. Good job, Fran. With the head nuns assistance, naturally. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news soon. Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Godo intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. You don't have to tell me that. Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden frantic maniac you were yesterday. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all of this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you passed your cold onto someone else. Literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Oh, he called me partner. Aww. Thanks. That means a lot. Thank you. Are you ready, my friends? I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Deonim. No, I mean Miss Misty Faye. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. And what that woman is really after. We kind of know what that is. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. February 10th, 10 o'clock a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Hey, look who is back. Everyone's returning in this episode. We have Phoenix back in the defense, Edgeworth back in prosecution, and, well, the court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hezekiah Temple. Oh, the dots. All the, is it me or is he seeming to get angry and more angry dots? Your Honor? What are you, doing here? Who? Me? Well, my little brother came to visit my chambers early this morning. And all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Wait. So when Edgeworth said literally passed our cold on to someone, that's your brother? I know you two look alike, but you're not really, what's the word? Canadian? Well, therefore, I'll be standing in for him. I see, Your Honor. So the brothers. Well, that explains a lot. Yeah, it kind of does. My poor brother. He looked a bit pale, not to mention said that he couldn't be here. From the depths of hell, I stab at thee. It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment. Well, that's well said, Mr. Godo. I understood exactly what you said. Well, at least up until the end, anyway. Well, now then, Mr. Godo, please proceed with your opening statement. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the tides. There is only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of the smoke. So then, you mean, forget it. What do you mean anyway? My just voice change is very weird. The mirrors are getting more angry as this court trial progresses. During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart. Sister Iris of Hezekiah Temple has a confession to make. Confession? Well, did it offend it? Iris, why didn't you discuss this with me first? Well, very well. Let's see. This court will now hear the defendant's confession. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, you always ask her name and her profession. Well, that's one of my rules. Well, there's another rule you can add to the list, Chinikuti.
My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hezekiah Temple.
Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
Yes, but first, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore.
It's alright. What is it?
Mr. Wright, I had to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident.
Are you actually confessing?
So, is she told to confess to throw Maya under the bus? Is this an elaborate plan just to get Pearls as the only survivor?
Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Liz Nim?
No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise.
Her spirit. So that's the thing. That could be actually the truth here. Although she doesn't mean Elise's spirit. She means, when did she die? Oh. Never mind. That kind of blows my theory apart, doesn't it? Because here's the thing. If she died due to cause of blood from stab in the back and then she fell after her death, her spirit would have already left her. And since her spirit would have already left her, that can't be Dahlia possessing Elise or Mystic Misty. Because her spirit would have already left because Elise would have been dead at that point. Well, that kind of throws a wrench in my theory. I like that theory too. I thought that could have worked.
And carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard where I desecrated it.
What? Order in the court, order I say! Witness, are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder?
Oh, the dots. Yes, that's correct.
What? 3 minutes in court and I'm already covered in a cold sweat.
Yeah. Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. It just happens to be that in this case, it's the murder. Isn't that right, Mr. Trent?
That Godo. So this is a confession they were conferring about. Pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris's testimony was all a lie. Iris's testimony crumpled up and shoved into a pocket. Wow.
Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime will you try to cover up for by your actions?
Oh boy, this is what I'm afraid of. She's gonna say mine, isn't she? Iris was covering for someone? Ugh. Now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle, or a life jacket for that matter.
I've been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Korean tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family?
Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself, if need be, to protect her. The daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique, Maya, Mystic Maya Faye.
At least I called one thing correct. Yeah, I called one thing correct, but this is going to be hard because now we're going to have to somehow... Oh, this is an uphill battle, my friends. This does not look good. Huh? Drink your coffee. I hope you choke on it.
Wake up and smell the coffee. Try it.
She's naming Maya?
Order in the court, I see. It will have order. So not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer?
I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes. And then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her.
Yeah, please object. But that's ridiculous. Maya could never do such a...
Well, the defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time. When they're witness, well, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime?
Oh, the dots. Yes, Your Honor.
I thought I was prepared for the unexpected, but I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. Oh boy. It's all a plot to assassinate Maya, the real murderer.
I went to the inner temple that night and I saw it all happen in the garden. I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
So it was in self-defense? But even if it wasn't self-defense, why would she be prosecuted for a crime? I mean, even if everyone buys the story, she wouldn't go to jail if it wasn't self-defense, right? I mean, you would have to have evidence to show that it wasn't in self-defense. But if you showed evidence to show it wasn't in self-defense, then it would also show that Iris's testimony is a lie, and that would show that Maya is innocent. And I just said the word show way too many times, so let's keep going on.
Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. Well, that's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya.
You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya would be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal.
Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the inner temple that night. And that the person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it.
Well, now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your course examination.
But the thing was, didn't we throw out the testimony? Well, wait, no, the testimony was not Iris's, it was someone else's, right? That was Iris's statement. The real murderer. Speaking of real murderer, we just finished up Heavy Rain yesterday. Our first of what's going to be 3 playthroughs. So if you want to go see a very awesome cinematic choice-based story game, it was really good.
I went to the inner temple that night and saw it all happen in the garden.
Sister Iris, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You stated yesterday that on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the inner temple.
Objection! Did she now? Too bad for you. What she said yesterday doesn't mean much today. By the way, where were you when she claimed that she didn't go?
I was in the inner temple's training hall.
A private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony. Well, that would be properly described as hearsay. What do you have to say, witness?
I just couldn't tell him the truth at that time. Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she?
Aha, you see? I mean, it's kind of obvious, isn't it? All the exclamative whoa dots?
I didn't want to be the one to break it to you that I saw her commit murder.
Well, there. We all understood how difficult this is for you. Well, now then, let's continue with the testimony. What did you witness in the temple garden?
Well, Your Honor, I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff.
You were saying that the victim attacked Maya, I mean Miss Faye?
Yes, it was a truly frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard on the head and looked like she was going to collapse.
What were you doing at that time? Why didn't you stop them from fighting?
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock.
Well, that's perfectly understandable, my dear.
This doesn't sound right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute.
What happened after that?
While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved to deliver a fatal strike.
Does anyone else know about the sword cane? She moved in to deliver a fatal strike?
Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon.
No, she doesn't know about this cane. So, this is a contradiction, isn't it? Wait a minute. What was this weapon?
It was some kind of dagger.
A dagger, huh? And Elise Deonim tried to stab her with this weapon? To kill Miss Faye?
Yes, exactly.
All the dots.
You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire. Worcestershire sauce.
I do not know how to say that name. I have had so many people tell me how to say that name, and every single person who tells me it's a different name. The word I've heard is Worcester sauce, and I know that's a lot of silent syllables, but that's how I've heard it said. But then I've heard someone tell me it's Worcestershire sauce. Then I had someone tell me it's Worcestershire sauce. I don't know. I've always understood as Worcester sauce. So if you have any idea and you can say with 100% confidence on how to say that name, let me know in the comment section below. Oh, the exclamative. I wish he had a voiceover dot so I could have heard how he said that name.
Did you have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer boy?
Huh. Do I have a problem with Iris's testimony? Yes, absolutely. Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness's testimony.
You do? But this witness is your own client.
Yes, well, nevertheless,
Well, that's fine. Witness, let's add your last testimony statement to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that. Listen, Gramps. I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me.
Once again, the prosecutor taking control of the case, isn't he?
Okay, now, let's continue.
She threw her staff away and pulled a dagger from inside her robe.
She threw her staff away?
Mr. Elise was trying to kill Mr. Maya. I think that's why she wanted a more lethal weapon.
Well, it's true. It's not easy to inflict a deadly blow with a staff.
Sister Iris, let me make sure I got this straight. The victim herself chose to throw away her staff?
Yes, that's what I saw.
Well, is there anything odd about that, Mr. Wright?
All the dots. Yeah, it's odd, alright.
Mr. Elise attacked Mr. Maya with the dagger, I'm sure of it. Mr. Maya tried desperately to defend herself but stole the weapon.
And then?
Mr. Maya, she turned things around and then she used the weapon she had taken and lunged forward for a strike.
Witness, are you absolutely certain?
Yes, but believe me, she had no choice. Mr. Maya hadn't done something.
Maya's Faye's name would have been written on the autopsy report instead. Well, oh yes, I see.
This is bad. I still can't put the pieces together. Unless I find a contradiction in testimony, Maya's going to get blamed for this.
I only had this to say. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
So, you're saying Maya Faye was the one who stabbed Miss Elise Deonim. Sister Iris, is that really what you saw?
Yes.
Tis, tight. If your mug is filled with black and bitter suspicions, the only way to get rid of them is to take them down quick. Like this.
I know that's supposed to be a metaphor, but I don't get it.
There's only one thing you need to get right. It's called evidence. Now, hurry up before my next cup gets cooked.
What does that mean? Is Godo waiting for me to point out the contradictions?
Oh, the dots.
I'd like to avoid the whole spirit channeling thing if I can. Not only would it be inadmissible as evidence, I think it might actually hurt our standing with the judge. First, I need to pick her testimony apart and expose the unnatural sounding parts. I don't know why Iris would tell a story like this, but there are two things I noticed that just don't add up. Okay, I don't know what the two things are, but I definitely know what the one thing are. And my fact, I feel so confident about it, I'm not even going to save. Sister Iris, there's something strange about your version of events.
Huh?
Miss Deonine throwing her staff away makes no sense to me at all.
But all you could do with the staff is hit someone.
Au contraire. Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword. And you didn't know that because you weren't there. If Elise Deonine really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already. Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say about that? Bring it on, Godo. Well, that was an impressive bit of investigating, right? I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so, how should I put this? Oh, there's so many dots? A long sword is unwieldy and thus quite ineffective in close-quarter combat. Maybe that's why she chose a dagger over a blade.
Well...
Anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. Well, actually, it is kind of a... Well, okay, that's true. They're both... maybe. The thing is, though, if she's lying about this, she could have also been lying about the fact that she tried to kill Maya Fey, right? We don't have this dagger that they're referring to either. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with their testimony. But there is something strange about this whole testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point. Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now present evidence to back its argument.
Mr. Wright?
I have here another piece of evidence that shows that this testimony can't be trusted. Really, I do not know what that is, so let's see. Because Miss Elise Deonine would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey, it's because they're mother and daughter. How do I prove that? Elise Deonine would never have attacked Maya Fey.
How can you be so sure?
Because the victim's real name was not Elise Deonine. Her real name was Misty Fey. Fey?
No. Not Mystic Misty Fey.
Who is this Misty Fey? I mean, is she related to... Misty Fey is the master of the crying channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey. Are you serious?
Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was Elise Deonine actually the great mystic Misty?
There's no doubt about it. It looks like Iris had no idea.
I can hardly believe it.
Oh, really? I thought she did have an idea about this. The idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation of why she would do such a thing. Order in the court! Upon first hearing the witness's testimony, it seemed naturally new. However, in light of some facts that have just been presented,
All the dots.
one, that the victim supposedly threw away a sword during a fight, and two, that the two people battling to death were a mother and daughter, despite the facts being believable when taken on their own. When taken together, the entire story seems difficult to believe. Listen, there is nothing in the world that is impossible. Except for one little thing. Well, yes, sir, what is this one little impossible thing? Huh, you still don't get it. You think maybe my beans are under roasted,
But you have no idea, Gramps.
Could you get to your point already?
I heard this witness's confession this morning. Just as I had taken the first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee.
Holy nuts!
Man, you're going to ruin your health, my friend. Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime. And he discovered this little beauty.
Oh, so we do have the knife. You know, I really hate how they like hide evidence, but then again, we kind of hid evidence too, but that's only because they always hide evidence from us.
Was that the dagger the witness testified as seen? Obviously, Your Honor. But do you not notice something else?
Really it does.
Well, now that you mention it, if you look closely, there appears to be some blood on it.
Oh, well, where did you find that? I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene.
Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene?
Huh? The pine tree?
The dagger was stuck in the back side of the pine tree. When the last blow was struck, and in the violent battle between the two women, this little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree. Well, that means that the blood on the dagger belongs to the victim, is it correct? Huh. Were you even listening, old man? I first heard this confession this morning. Just as I had taken the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee.
Did you just say the 7th cup? Did you say it was the 8th just a few minutes ago? Okay, 8th cup, still.
I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice. Well, in any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I order that a blood test be performed on it immediately. But this is my sweetheart. Make sure you treat her right. Bailiff, get this piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately. Dagger added to the court record. It's found behind the tree in the inner temple garden. The blood is being analyzed now. Well, now then. The testimony we just heard had numerous unbelievable aspects to it. However, after hearing from
Rewind. Try again.
However, after having found the very dagger the witness spoke of, I believe we can consider her testimony to be credible.
You know, this is a lot of voice dialogues these games have, but they are so much fun. So when I mess up on sentences, just realize, most of the time, I get it pretty close.
Cute girls never die, ever.
Really? Uh-huh. Is that what you said to Dahlia? You snake?
Well, in any case, witness, if you can please testify again to this court.
About what, Your Honor?
Well, about the incident you saw, the battle between the two women.
Yes, Your Honor.
The battle.
Mystic Missy stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with the staff. But then she dodged Mystic Elise's next attack and stole her weapon. Suddenly, Mystic Elise was the one on the defensive, with her back to the stone lantern. That's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
Well, that was a very heartbreaking story.
I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Mystic Missy's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore.
Well, that seems reasonable. Well, now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
The battle.
Mystic Maya stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with the staff.
Iris, where were you standing when you witnessed all of this?
What do you mean?
Well, if either of them had noticed you, they might not have continued the battle.
I wonder if that's true. The two of them were standing near this garden stone lantern. I was watching the whole thing from behind. It was dark where the two of them were, so I think that's why they didn't see me.
So it was dark in the garden when the murder took place. Tell me, what did Miss Maya Fey do after she was struck?
But then she dodged Mystic Elise's next attack and stole her weapon.
What happened to the victim's staff then?
I'm not sure. The area was very dark, so I really couldn't see. I think it got knocked away somewhere as the fight escalated.
Well, that makes sense. Well, that would explain the need for the dagger.
Mystic Elise raised a dagger to strike, but Mystic Maya dodged it at the last second. The dagger struck the lantern and fell to the ground. And then at some point, Mystic Maya picked it up.
Nothing sounds especially strange yet.
What did the victim do when the weapon was stolen from her?
Suddenly, Mystic Elise was the one on the defensive with her back to the stone lantern.
You're saying that Maya Fey turned the tables on the victim?
Yes. But Mystic Maya wasn't herself at the time. After all, her life was in danger.
I still can't believe it. The idea of Maya cornering someone at night point is just silly.
As they say, a cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal.
I believe the correct description of a cornered fox is scared and petrified.
Ooh, the dots. Your animal analogies have grown tiresome.
You were the one who started it.
Well, anyway, so after Maya Fey backed the victim in the stone lantern, and what happened next?
Well, that's when Mystic Maya stabbed Mystic Elise.
Oh, oops, my bad. Are you absolutely certain that's what you saw?
All the dots. Yes, I'm almost certain.
Almost?
The garden was dark. I couldn't really tell who was who.
What did she just say? So in other words, it could have been someone else entirely.
Objection!
We know that Maya Fey was at the inner temple that night. And that the woman that was killed was Elise Deunim. Is it fairly obvious who attacked who?
I don't have anything to count that yet.
Well then, witness, please continue with your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. The two of them faced each other for a moment. Then Mystic Maya rushed straight into Mystic Elise. The Mystic Elise doubled over and fell to the ground.
So she was stabbed in the stomach, huh?
Yes.
This couldn't have happened. This couldn't have happened. Because don't forget, the whole thing of this case is that the weapon was stuck in the victim and then pulled out elsewhere. So there's no way that she could have been stabbed and then the knife was flung away.
Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
Where did that dagger go?
I have no idea. It was dark and I couldn't see.
According to the detective, found the dagger. It was struck into the pine tree in the garden. Most likely, it was flung towards the tree after the struggle. Well, it is the most likely explanation, yes.
After being stabbed in the stomach, did the victim collapse right away?
All the dots. Now that I think of it. She seemed to stare at Mystic Maya for a while. And Mystic Maya stood there, not moving an inch. It felt for a moment that time had just stopped.
Well,
But then, suddenly, as if the spell had worn off, Mystic Elise fell over.
It seems like a reasonable story at first, but there's one thing that is completely impossible. The very idea of Maya stabbing someone? That alone is impossible, which means this faulty testimony must contain another contradiction in it somewhere. Yeah, it's gotta be that, statement. This one here. Do we have any evidence to show, this thing? No? No, it's not the autopsy report. How do I show what I want to show? Okay, I'm just trying to think of blood. Okay, it's not that. Like I said, I'm just trying to find some blood here. Well, wait, didn't we say we don't have any evidence to contradict that yet? Does that normally mean that we have to like go back through these statements again? Because we don't have any evidence of it yet, which means that there's another. I forgot what statement it was, so I'm just gonna go through all these because it has to be one of these, unless I'm mistaken. But I feel like this is the right thing to do. I just gotta find out that that line. Where is it? It's not there. Oh, come on, where is it? Here, what did she say? So in other words, it could have been someone else entirely. Oh, we know that. Okay, so it's the same. I don't have any evidence to count it yet. Okay, I guess that's not what we're supposed to do. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? The dagger itself? No. Someone briefly after being hit over the head with a staff. I don't think that's it. I think it's gotta be this. I just don't know how to show this. No. Tried that already. Again, I'm just trying to find blood. I don't see the solution. I'm trying to. Is there any way we could prove she was found at the inner temple? But that would be throwing the No. Hold on just a second. I want to try using Pearl here. I don't think that's it. I'm not sure I follow you either, FlightlessBird. Hold on, let me click through this. One thing that's completely impossible. Must contain another faulty contradiction somewhere. On the defensive. That's when Mr. Maya stabbed Mr. Elise. Managed to fling the knife away. But then she collapsed. Autopsy report? I think I already did this, didn't I? See, I don't know what I did or didn't do anymore, because I've been at this for a while. Alright, well... Alright, I hate taking a break in the middle of, testimony, but I think I'm gonna have to, because it's already over an hour. And, my brain is fried, and I can't think straight. And if I can't think straight, I'm not gonna be able to do this. So, I thank you all so very much. I love you all dearly. This is our blind Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations for the PlayStation 4. My name is FlightlessBird. This is your story, gaming channel, and until next time, so long, and take care.
Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you would like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more. Also, please do not forget, you matter. You are brilliant and you are loved. And you should always remember to be true to yourself. Don't let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly feathered flightless bird. Till next time.